What is up, fellow dropshippers? In this video, we are going to hear from some of the top sellers and influencers out there about their first time. The first time selling something online, I mean. I've been lucky enough to coach hundreds of dropshippers over the past few years. And it's all worth it when I hear from them, I made my first sale, because there is nothing like that feeling. So today I'm going to share the story about the first sale that I ever made online. But before we do that, I wanted to first hear from some of my friends. So they're going to tell their story about the first item they ever sold online and what that felt like for them and how it changed their lives forever. And if you like their stories and want to learn more about how they're making money online, I'm hosting an online summit this week. It's completely free. All you have to do is register at the link below and come. There are several speakers all speaking live, and you can hear exactly from them how they're making money online. But now let's hear from my friends. So first up, I want to bring on my friend. He's also a student, but definitely a friend now, Brian Hustle Williams. He's a dropshipper, and he's also doing some amazing things, building software for dropshippers as well. His origin story is really cool because there is a really powerful lesson in here. So let's hear from Brian.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Hustle Williams, aka Brian Williams, and I just wanted to talk to you guys today about my first sale. So it's kind of like a funny story. So basically, when I made my first sale, when I was first figuring out how to drop shipping, I actually decided, hey, I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and I was like, man, I could figure this out. And the first item I actually listed was a compact refrigerator, one that they ship off to colleges and stuff. And I actually listed it on my eBay store that I was selling like old used items on. And I never thought that this was actually going to work, but I actually started getting sales for that one item. I sold like 2 or 3 of them, and I thought to myself, like, wow, this is amazing. Like, I can't believe that this is actually working and I'm actually getting paid for this. So long story short, the problem was I was super excited about it, but the items had to be shipped out to Puerto Rico. And that was the first time I realized, like, whoa, maybe I should buy a course to figure out how to make sure that these items go to the right place inside the US and not just all over the world. It was an awesome experience, to say the least, that I was able to go and find this item, relist it on my eBay store, and actually make a sale. I just had to figure out how to actually figure out which places they needed to go to. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's my quick little fun story of how I made my first sale on eBay. I'll never forget it. I was actually able to cancel those orders too, and by talking to the buyer first and reaching out to them and being like, hey, I'm sorry, but we don't ship to Puerto Rico, and I sold 2 of them, so they were both okay with it and didn't leave me any negative feedback, and I was able to just go on my merry way. So that's a little story, and just figured, guys, I'd let you know about that. All right, peace.
Next up, we have Nahar from Zeek Analytics. And if you haven't heard of Zeek Analytics yet, where have you been? Seriously. Zeek Analytics is the #1 software that I recommend for product research. It's what I use myself. Now, Nahar, the owner of the company, has been doing dropshipping for a really long time. So let's hear what he has to say.
Hi guys, I'm Nahar Geva, the CEO and founder of Zeek Analytics, and I'm here to share with you my first experience selling a product online. So I started dropshipping on eBay in 2016, and the first time I sold a product, actually was a very interesting story. I was listing quite around 100 products to my store, and I was waiting for my first sale, and I was devastated because for around 2-3 weeks there was no sales, and I was posting in one of the Facebook groups about it, and one guy with a lot of experience, he reached out to me and he told me, hey, don't worry, you just have to list the right product. I was told him, like, yeah, of course, listing the right product, this is all what I'm trying to do. And a few days later, he sent me a link to a product and he told me, list this product. And I was like shocked a bit, and I said, all right. I listed this product to my store. And actually this product was at the time from Amazon. It was a limited stock product from Amazon. And I listed it, and around 30 minutes later, I hear the ka-ching, you know, this noise from the application. I hear the sale, and it was amazing. I felt like excitement all over the body. I realized damn, this thing is actually working. These things, I just earned $4 or $5 from this transaction. If I can multiply this in hundreds, in thousands times, I can make a lot of money. It was like a feeling of hope, feeling of excitement, feeling of suddenly, things connected in my mind. And then I realized this product is limited stock product on Amazon. I listed it to my store, and this is when I realized the demand and competition. This product was a limited product. People cannot sell as many as they want, so there was more demand than competition, more demand than supply, and this is why it sold very fast. And based on that, I based all my methods till today, how I find and sell products on eBay. So guys, thank you very much, and see you later.
So as you see, when these guys drop shipped their first items, their lives changed. But not every dropshipper started out as one. Next up, we have Rico from Roughnecks eCom. And if you've ever felt like you just couldn't make online business work for you, then you got to shut up and listen to his story, because he made it work despite all the odds against him.
When I got my very first online sale, I was super ecstatic. I was actually flipping free stuff on Craigslist. I was driving around base. I was in the Air Force at the time. I was driving around base and I found one of those big old, flat screen back in the day TVs, the CRT TVs with the flat panel. And I ended up relisting it on Craigslist, and pretty much same day it sold. I only sold for like $30, but I picked it up for free and, sold it for $30, and I was hooked. And that's when I really just knew I could start selling stuff online. And, I carried over to selling cell phones and swapping eBay, and then, jumped on Amazon, and that's where I've been. But, selling online has been everything to me. It literally changed my life, and it gave me the lifestyle that I never dreamed that I could have. And if it hadn't been for that first sale, that stupid TV, I'd have never done it. So, guys, keep your heads up. Anybody can make it happen.
Now we're going to hear from my good friend, Steve Raiken. Now, Steve doesn't do a lot of drop shipping himself, but he has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to selling on eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, and all the other marketplaces, because he's been doing this for a long time, and he's one of the top influencers in our little world of reselling. So I'm really curious to hear how he got his start, because like I said, he's been doing this for a really long time.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here with Raiken Profit. I want to talk about what it was like to sell my first item on eBay and how it felt. It was about 7 years ago, and I had first started learning about selling on eBay, and I was going to thrift stores like Goodwill, Salvation Army, Savers, and I heard about this clothing brand that was called Pendleton, and I learned about it from a YouTube video, and they were saying that you can buy this item and sell it on eBay. Well, I ended up going to a bunch of thrift stores over the next week, and I finally found this brand. It was the only item I was looking for because I was so new. And I found it, and I listed it on eBay, and I was a little skeptical because I was thinking to myself, like, this is probably a scam. It doesn't work. I can't believe what people are saying on the internet. But anyways, long story short, I listed it on eBay, and within only like 2 days, it sold. And it sold for over $30. And remember, at the time, like, I didn't have much money. I was broke. I was like over $20,000 in debt. And I was such a non-believer. But when it sold, like, something like clicked in my mind. And I was like, wow, this actually works. And that was like that proof. It was that evidence that this could be it. This could be my ticket out of delivering pizza, out of working at the Cracker Barrel. And ever since then, I went to tons of thrift stores, garage sales, and it was just that one moment of finding an item and listing it where it just absolutely changed my life. So my recommendation for you is get out there and stop being a disbeliever, stop thinking everything's a scam, and just go out there and find an item, or drop ship your first item, or go to your first thrift store, make your first dollar, and once you do, it's an absolute game changer. At least it was for me. And since then, it's been over 7 years. I've done over $2 million in sales, probably more than that. That was the last time I tallied. And it's absolutely changed my life. And I'm just so grateful for all the freedom, the income, and opportunities. So appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you have an amazing day. Much love, Paul.
Now, some of us have been drop shipping for so long that when we started, it wasn't even called drop shipping. And that's the story with my friend Lior. He is the owner and creator of AutoDS, which is the premier eBay drop shipping software out there. Now, I know a lot about AutoDS because I use it myself for my business, but I've never heard this story from Lior, so I'm really curious to hear how his first sale happened online.
Hello everybody! My name is Lior Pozin. I'm the owner and CEO of AutoDS, the leading dropshipping platform with over 5,000 successful dropshippers. I started my journey as a dropshipper around 10 years ago when I was 14 years old. The funny story is that actually all this huge journey started accidentally. There was a huge release of a new Chinese phone that I really wanted to buy, and I started to search on the internet, where can I buy this phone? So I went to the sites that I used to buy from, which were tinydeal.com, a Chinese site that actually doesn't exist anymore, and ebay.com. The thing that I found there was amazing for me, and actually it was really interesting for me to see this. What happened is that I saw that there are a lot of people who sell the same phone that I wanted to buy that exists on tinydeal.com, but they sell it on ebay.com for much higher prices than what I saw before. So I started to check their sales history, and I saw that they sell actually a lot from this type of phone. So what I did was something really interesting. You should remember that the word dropshipping didn't exist in these days, or at least I didn't know what is dropshipping. So what I did, I just tried to take the same phone, copy all of the information from tinydeal.com to ebay.com. I just went to tinydeal.com, copied the title, the description, the pictures, the item specifics, everything. I just copied as is from tinydeal.com to ebay.com and listed the product for much higher price. The thing that happened was amazing. The phone was sold in around 3 or 4 hours after I listed the product for the first time. And I made between $30 to $40 in profits after all of the expenses, PayPal fees, eBay fees, and everything. I was so excited, and it was so amazing feeling for me that actually I called my friend immediately and took him to a snooker game, and we just played the game, and I paid it because I was so excited and so happy from this sale. Since then, I already opened, and right now I have over 35 different dropshipping stores on eBay. I have hundreds of thousands of products and a lot of sales. I wish all of you amazing journey and to feel this amazing feeling of the first sale. I wish I could back to these days and have this feeling again. It was so amazing.
Now let's hear from Ron Myers, the creator of Webscraperapp, which is the only software that I trust to run my Amazon dropshipping business. Now, Ron does not mess around, so let's hear how he went all in with Amazon dropshipping right from the very start and how that made all the difference for him.
Hey, Paul. So yeah, my first sale on Amazon, I had actually taken a course, and I went through it over the weekend, and I made notes, and then, went right out of the gate and figured I would hire a couple of VAs, and I got them trained, and, it took us about a week to get that all done. And then me and the VAs were listing side by side. And then by the end of the week, we had our first sale, and I think it was so exciting. It was, it was like the start of something big. And then we did 5,000 our first month, and then our second month we did 12, and then we did about 22 our third month, and then we got the buy box. And I'll never forget this. I woke up to 40 orders that first morning that we got the buy box, and that was it. Zoom, man. We did about 600K our first year, and so I was pretty proud of what happened, and it really led me on my path to selling and supporting Amazon sellers as well. Thanks for asking, Paul.
All right, now it's time for my story. But before we get into that, if you guys are enjoying this video, be sure to hit the like button down below. Also in the description, if you want to get in contact with any of the people that you just saw, all their information is in the description of this video. But the first link is a link to sign up for the summit, which I mentioned before. Now, a lot of the people you just saw, they're going to be speakers at the summit. So if you want to hear specifically how they are making money online right now, make sure to sign up for that summit. It is completely free. So when I first tried to make money online, I tried a bunch of different business models and none of them worked. I tried affiliate marketing, I tried to do niche websites, I tried to do Shopify. None of it worked for me. So then I jumped onto eBay. It was kind of a last resort for me. It was a perfect model for me because the overhead was really low. The cost to get started was really low as well. So I felt that there was much less risk. I listed up a bunch of items. I was unsure if it was going to work. And then I was at work. I remember it was a lunch break, so I was sitting in my cubicle eating my lunch and my phone buzzed, and it was the eBay app. And it told me that I had sold an ice scraper. This was the middle of the winter, so it was an ice scraper for a window, and I almost freaked out. I had to go out into the hallway. I called my husband. I was like, I just sold something on eBay. I actually just drop shipped it. And then when I got home that night, I quickly fulfilled the order, and that was the beginning of it. That's how it all started, with just that one item. And it was an incredible feeling. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun for all of us to make this for you. I want to remind you guys that you can come to the summit. The link is in the description of this video again. And if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content about eBay and Amazon dropshipping. And leave a comment down below letting me know what your first sale was like online and what that felt like for you. Thanks so much, guys. See you in the next video. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that by clicking right here. And then I have 2 videos for you to check out. Click on one of those, and I'll see you over in that video in just a few seconds.